I spoke with Travis from the Adventure Zone about D&D, his player tips, as well as the fact that it is so strange, in a really good way, that you can now play D&D in front of a live audience.
I always used to make the mistake of playing a rogue who was impulsive and threw himself into danger. And then I realized, wait, that's what like a fighter and like a tank is built for. So I started playing Magnus basically because we were just going to do it like as a one-off special. And so we wanted to have a caster, a healer, and a fighter. And because it was just me, Dad, and Justin, and then Griffin TM. And so I started playing a fighter, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, this is boring. All I can do is like the one thing. But I just heard someone say this, and it's a really, really appropriate metaphor or saying for Magnus. But when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And so it's really fun, the challenge of I do this one thing and I do it really well, and I have to find how to play that. How do I enter into a diplomatic scenario as this like meathead fighter? And that's where the humor for me comes from. It's like, one of the I got my degree in acting in college, and one of the best pieces of advice a teacher ever gave me was, when you're on stage and you're trying to play a character, do what you would do and don't do what you wouldn't do. And if you just do that, then like you act good. And so like for me playing Magnus and just being like, I don't think Magnus would like this. And it becomes really weird to have this like very concrete image of your completely fake character in your head of like, Magnus wouldn't do this. It's like, wait, hold on, he's not real. You can do it. No, I'm telling you, he wouldn't stand for this. And you get really like intense about it. You're like, I don't think Magnus could see that and not act. It's like, what are you talking about? It's really fun. I enjoyed that part a lot. I just really like playing Dungeons and Dragons. So like when people offer me opportunities to do it, I get really excited about it. And so I love the idea of playing. It's a weird time that we live in where you can sit in front of a crowd and play Dungeons and Dragons, and people like clap and cheer and laugh and stuff while you play Dungeons and Dragons in front of a crowd. It's a weird, it's a weird thing. So I'm excited whenever I get to do it.
What kind of role did that D&D have in your life?
Well, so here's the weird thing. I didn't start playing it until I was like early 20s.
Yeah.
Because for whatever, one of the reasons was I didn't really know anybody in my hometown that played it. And then after a while, it was like almost like the momentum was that I wasn't playing it. So even though I'm a huge dork and I did like every other possible dorky thing, like, and I was into every dorky thing, for whatever reason in my head, D&D became like, but I don't. And then in my early 20s, my friend Charlie was like, I think you'd really like it. And I started listening to, actual play podcasts of people playing D&D and like the Wizards, podcast. And I was like, oh, this isn't at all what I thought it was. I had this very like biased opinion in my head of it being very severe and people taking it very seriously. And then listening to people play it and having fun and making jokes and it being like a comedic thing was like, oh, I had no idea D&D was funny. And like that just changed the way that I played. And since then, it is now like one of the core like, pillars of who I am, of like both because of the Adventure Zone, but also because like my dad and my brothers and I play together, and it was amazing to me in playing. So we've been doing Adventure Zone now for 4 years, and it's amazing how cathartic Dungeons and Dragons can be. Where like you're playing and you make a decision, based on what how your character is going to react to something. And for me, at least, it's not like until later in the day, I'm like, wait, did I do that? Because I'm stressed out about this thing at work. And so, what? And suddenly it's like almost therapeutic in a way to like deal with very real situations in a very fantastical way. Really, at least for me, it has become kind of like a version of therapy. It's really fun.
Thank you, Travis, for being on D&D Beyond. I'm Todd Kenrick, your host. Thank you so much for watching.